Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be doing another colorful look, kind of inspired by spring. I know, it's getting old, I get it, but it's spring and the flowers. And honestly, this particular look really did inspire me because the other day I was looking out my window and I was watching the sunset, and the sun was hot pink. I mean, so hot pink. But it wasn't. Like, it was just all the colors combined in a sense. But it was like a ball of beautifulness. I mean, it was just so beautiful because pink, I love pink. But it was pink and then red and orange and yellow. And then as the sun was, there was like a purpleness coming through, like a bluish purple. And it was gorgeous. And the crazy thing is I seen it, and I then got my fiance to look at it, and he took a picture through the window, right? Which was fine, but our window was dirty. So I was like, let's pull the window down, get a picture of it. Before we could pull the window down, it had already disappeared underneath the trees. And I didn't realize that it happened that quick, to be honest with you. Like, I thought, I don't know why I thought, like a sunrise and a sunset was very slow in a sense. But it really wasn't. It was so quick. And it just got me thinking, like, with time, how time really is so fast. It's the one thing you can't, I don't know. It went into a whole big, me just like thinking, you know what I mean? Which is hard to believe because I try not to think, it hurts, But anyway, we're going to be playing with the palette that shall not be named because I have these palettes and I'm just going to use it. So I will not name it so that nobody comes after me. But at the same time, like, I want to use them. I want to get my money out of them. This is a good color story for this time of year. And the makeup is good. So I'm going to use it. So the first shade we're going to go to is Wow, which I will say, wow, because I've really been going through my palettes trying to find like yellows that I really do like. And I really have been liking a lot of yellows. So, what it is, I've found that I like yellows. Pure yellow. Not a dingy yellow, just bright, beautiful yellow. And it doesn't mess with like my undertone, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just looks so much better than like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it really, but bright yellows I found out I actually like. But I do not like the dingy ones or the ones that mess with my undertone. And I don't know how to, exactly describe that because, I'm not a very descriptive person, I suppose. But this particular yellow I like. The one in the Juvia's palette I liked. The one in the Natasha Denona palette I liked. I've been finding that yellows I like. So yeah. And I like them a lot, to be honest with you. But so this is kind of inspired by that, just to let you know, the sunset, in a way. But it got me, but also I was like, I'm trying to find like good colors, as in like pigmented, easy to use, blendable colors that are true to color, like a true yellow, a true orange, a true red, right? Because they're hard to formulate. And then I'm also trying to, I went in with the wrong brush. Oh well. We'll make it work, won't we? Maybe I should go in with the right brush. I started with this brush, you all. But anyway, I'm I'm trying to really find them because some colors just do not work for me. Glam Light's got a lot of true to color too. Like their yellow, their orange. But really what I'm doing is trying to find a really good red. And I'm trying to find these in like alternative ways too, like a true yellow, but then maybe just a little bit like a bright yellow, and then like a yellow, and then like an orange, but then like a bright orange. If this is making any sense, this is what I'm trying to find out on my palettes. And then I'm marking it down so that when I go to do looks, because sometimes, you know, I'm just wanting to create a certain look, not necessarily about a palette. And I do want to use my palettes more because, I mean, I spent all this money on them. Oh, we're going into Sick now, which is this orange. And I will say this yellow, this orange, and this red are pretty good. The red isn't as red as I'd like it to be, but I do think that it's a pretty good red for the most part. But I'm trying to find these colors because I'm kinda overbuying a lot of makeup, y'all. Kind of like every palette that comes out, you have to admit, you probably can recreate that palette 10 times over, right? I mean, if we're being honest. Now, yeah, the formulas will be different for the most part, you know? But that's why I'm trying to find in my collection mattes and metallics and shimmers that are kind of the same. That way, if a palette comes out and I do like it, I can pull from palettes, right? Now, granted, it wouldn't be the same because, like, they probably wouldn't all be in the same palette. But I'd still have it, you know? And then I could create my own palette based upon that palette or something, you know? Because I'm really just overbuying makeup. The money. And then you never know if the palette is going to be discontinued and then you like it, then what? Type of thing. So we're going to go into Licorice now, which is this red. And this isn't okay. This isn't as pigmented as I'd like it to be. But it is pigmented. It is red. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to find the best of the best with colors. This is a good yellow, a good orange. It's a good red. It's not the best red, though. It's just, to me, it's a little bit off, but it could be based upon what I've already put on my lid, too. Because it really does look red all by itself, to be fair. But it really, that's not what I need. I need colors that are going to stay true to color no matter what I put them beside, you know? But this is a pretty good red. I don't know if you can even get this palette anymore, to be honest. Because like I said, everything is discontinued from 1 minute to the next. So that's why I'm trying to go through my own collection and see what colors I like. And I think I might start taking them apart to create my own like palettes that I like. But I'm not for sure because like I don't want to destroy palettes either, you know what I mean? That's why I really did like the way Makeup Geek did theirs. You can just pop them out, make your own palette if you want it, or keep it as is and the way she had it set up. Or Natasha Denona, you can pop them out, create your own palettes. Like, I like that part of it as far as like being able to be versatile. But actually, this is a pretty good red. I take that back. It is. You just got to build it. But at the same time, I feel like it is so going to stain. Big time. But it's still pretty. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of doing that through my collection right now. Because I'm so curious at what I come up with. And most of the time when it comes to colors, I'm pulling from indie brands. Because high-end brands aren't really known for color. Let's get honest here. They're known for their everyday look. Which makes sense. They would be. And that's cool and all. Like, I don't have a problem with that at all. But I'm more wanting to not necessarily come up with a rainbow palette, but kinda. And I know a lot of, people have them. There's a lot of rainbow palettes out there. But to me, they're not all. The colors aren't spot on. And I started thinking, like, the colors aren't spot on probably because of people's undertones. Or that just their color to begin with. Somebody much fairer than me would really pull these colors into their skin, and it'd probably look a lot better too. It would look brighter yellow, brighter orange. But I'm trying to figure it out based on my own skin tone. Because sometimes I'll think it's a color that I want, and then it's not the color I want it. And again, I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm just sort of playing. But when I play, I want to play and know I'm getting the color I want too. That I kind of took a little bit too far out. Oh well, it'll work. We'll make it work. Okay, now I'm going to go into this raspberry color right here. And we're going to put it on the lower lash line. So I can figure out where these things are going, because I just don't even know, to be honest with you, where I'm putting anything right now. I kind of feel like I did a good job on this eye look, but then I'm like, did I? Is it really representing what I saw? I get like that all the time. But when I start to play with colors, then I'm like, ooh, maybe we should do this color and this color. I bet that'd be pretty. And it would be. But sometimes I know better just to leave it be, because I'll have it a mess. And I know myself. I really will have it a mess. Okay, now we're going to go into this shade Delicious, which looks to be a dark navy blue right here. Almost like a blue black, and I'm barely touching it in, because I'm going to build it up very slowly right here in the outer corner here. Like, I specifically just want it in this outer corner and nowhere else. And I really wanted it because I really wanted to try to turn it into a purple. Because, the blue and the red combined is my thought process. And it kind of did in a way, but not really. But it did enough, I think. It did it enough to where I was happy with it. But like I said, I went in very slow because this color is very pigmented. And it did take a lot of blending too. But I was okay with that because I knew what I was doing. Or I knew what I wanted to do. I don't know what I'm doing. No, no, no. That is not true. And if you put too much, it is hard to take it away. And I know it didn't have to be perfect because I was putting a metallic shade over it. I really just wanted this to like show in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sort of just kind of be seen, I guess is the way I wanted it. And we're going to now blend with that red. Mix it in. And I think I'll have it. Maybe. But like I said, it did take me a second to get it to go. And then trying to get it even is just another whole story here. I think I might have it actually. I will say I like the mirroriness. It's a nice mirror. I may have to come back in again with this color after I lay the rest of the stuff down to make sure I got it even. But I think for now, it's even. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see, to be honest. But I do like the fact that it has that, because you can mix and match these colors, and that's the other thing I do like about this palette. You really can mix and match these colors to whatever you want. Like, if you took that blue and the red together, you could create a nice purple. If you took the yellow and red, it'd make a nice orange, even though you got an orange in here. You could still do, you know, whatever you wanted, technically. And I've enjoyed the brushes I'm using too, to be honest. This is a newer brush that I pulled out a couple days ago from BH Cosmetics, and I've been loving it. Which I know I got a lot of brushes that I could use that would kind of do the same thing, but you know. Okay, now we're going to go into this shade. And what? It's this one right here, because you knew I had to put a pink in, but it's like a pink red to kind of go with my shirt. Like, I sort of have to match my look to my shirt because it's just who I am. And I like to match. Yeah, I think I might take that blue up a little more. But that's okay. We'll get it. But I didn't spray this color or anything like that. One swipe. Like, you gotta give credit where credit's due. The makeup is good. It's good quality makeup. It's not a bad price point. All that good shit. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, so now we're going to go back into that delicious shade. Now that I got that color laid down and I can see where I have to maneuver this shade at now. And again, it didn't really matter on the blending because that metallic shade's going over top of it, which is kind of like hiding mistakes, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it looks good even though you really didn't blend that well. Okay. Alright, I think now I got both eyes the same. You know, sometimes I really wish my eyes were the same. But they're not. They're never going to be, and I need to let that. And it makes it so hard when they're not. We're just blending. This look did take a lot of blending, I won't deny that, but overall, it turned out nice, so I do like that. Now we're going to go into the shade Jawbreaker right here, and we're going to pop it in the inner corner. Lord help me. I've been struggling today, trying to do this look. Because I really wanted to match what I saw, you know, really bad. And did it in the end? I don't know. Kinda. In a way, yeah, but kinda no. But for, you know, the fact that it's me and I'm not a makeup artist, I feel like it did pretty good. As I drop the palette, that would be awful. But you know. Alright. Okay. I feel like I got them the same. Okay. It's okay so far. So far, so good. So we're going to go back into that blue delicious shade. And I'm going to line the lower lash line with that blue. And then, of course, mixed with that other color, it kind of turns into like a purple blue color. Which I thought was such a cool color. Like I said, if you mix colors in this palette, They really do turn out so pretty. Because these shades are so pigmented. Okay. And then the same color we're going to put up on the top lash line and line. And I'm just pushing it into that lash line. And for me, this palette here is actually one of the easier palettes for color story that I can see looks coming out of. You know how when you look at some of the colorful palettes, it's like you don't know where to begin, where to end type of thing. With this one, I can see like where I want to go with it, you know? And some of his palettes I can't. Like that conspiracy palette, it's a conspiracy just to find a look. To be honest, like it is so hard for me to come out with a look using that palette that makes sense. It truly wasn't one of my favorite palettes at all. I mean, the quality was there, sure, but the color story that wasn't there for me at all. Alright, now that I got it where I want it, I still haven't added any eyeshadow to this brush, okay? Except for what I picked up on it with. And it looks that good. So, this is where I had it. And I like it. It looks good. I was fine with it. I did add, at this point, I put on the eyeliner, which is right here. It's Urban Decay LSD, right? In my waterline up and bottom. But I just felt like it was a little too dark. Like, if you look at them, this one just looks dark, which is fine. Like, I could have left it like this and been fine. But I decided to tap a little bit of Snack. This one right here. I just picked it up with my finger. Like that. And tapped it, like, right in the middle. Like that. And I usually don't use my finger because, well, it usually goes everywhere except for where I want it to go. And 9 out of 10 it still does that technically, but hey, here we are. But I tapped it, like, this is such a pretty color. It really is. Such a pretty color. It's gorgeous. And then I just went into the brush or with this brush that had the pink on it, and I still didn't add any more. It's just, you know, sort of like putting them together in a sense, blending them. That's the word I was looking for. I'll get it eventually. Actually, I might pick up a little bit now. Just a tap right there, because I don't want to lose that color. Whoops. Looks about right, right? Does it look even to you? It looks even to me. Yeah. And then for the outer corner, I just went back in with the blue. Like that. There we go. Final look. Is it my finest look? No. But was it my funnest look I've done in a while? Maybe. I dropped my mirror. I mean, it was kind of fun to use it, I'm not gonna lie. And then we're just gonna use the mascara. In all honesty, I was going to use the Sunset palette by Natasha Denona, because I felt like, well, it was a sunset, so obviously that palette should have the colors that I'm looking for. But I just used that palette not that long ago. Well, I mean, it was long ago now, but I've used it not as long as I haven't used this one in a long time. And I wanted to get some use of it. And I never thought I'd say this, but I'm thinking about passing some palettes along. The ones that I'm not fond of, or that I'm not going to use. And the ones that I do like, I'm going to keep. Like this one, I do like this one. But there are some that I don't like. And I'm thinking about passing them along. So that people, or somebody else, can enjoy it. Because I'm not enjoying certain palettes, you know? And if somebody else does and creates beautiful looks, then I think that's wonderful, you know? And I will say this is not my favorite mascara. But I'm going to use it up and get rid of it, you know? Or I might keep it as a weapon. If somebody gets too close, I can always pull it out and start whacking them with it. So, like, it doesn't really do that much for my lashes. It's not bad, but it's not the best by no means, so I wouldn't worry too much about this mascara if I was you. But if you do like the eyeshadow colors, the eyeshadows are good. The highlighters are good from this brand too. If you want to be seen from, you know, space. Because they're not subtle highlighters by no means. For the bottom lashes, we're going to use the Lancome. I didn't realize this video was going to be this long, you all. I'm so sorry. I should have known, considering color isn't easy because there's a lot to it. Even though when you watch videos of people using colors and creating looks, it takes them like a total of 5 seconds. Which, you know, it could if they're good at what they do. I'm not good at what I do, so it takes me a lot longer, but I think it also takes them a lot longer. They just edit it out, and then you try to copy it, and you're like, my look looks nothing like theirs. Well, that's because they took an extra 30 minutes in blending, going back and forth, and you didn't, because you didn't see that part. So I do understand it, and it frustrates me when I'm watching a video, and even though I know that they have taken so much longer blending on something, because, you know, you can see like where they're at compared to where they jump to another, where you're at, it's like, and I even started using like the same brushes they use, just to see, like, so that, you know, maybe it's just the brushes or me in general, which it is. I'm a lot slower, but still yet it never looks like what they had. But anywho, neither here nor there technically. Alright, so this is the final look using this palette, and I like the look. I think it turned out pretty good. What do you all think? I mean, it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think for 1 second it's perfect, but I do think it is pretty for what it is, and for me as a beginner. Like, I'm not gonna win any awards by no means. Well, I might win an award for the amount of time it took me to do it. That could be a new world record. But I'm more talking about, like, just it done. You know what I mean? I just think it's pretty. And it was inspired by the sunset, you know? And sometimes I've realized I need to stop and watch that sunset, because it reminds me how time just can fly in the blink of an eye. Alright, now that I've went back over it all, I think I'm good. I think it's about as good as it's going to get. And all in all, I'm happy with it. So, this is the final look. I hope you had fun hanging out with me and playing with an old palette. It definitely kind of reminds me of spring, but it could also be a summer look, maybe even night, not a daytime look, nighttime look. Could be another kind of look too, but we won't say that. But, you know, it's definitely a look, that's for sure. Okay, I wouldn't be wearing it to a wedding or anything like that, but it's definitely a fun look just to play with. And I had a lot of fun playing. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that we're notified when I upload every day but Sunday. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.